Hello everyone, I'm Laura and welcome to my channel Luby's World. I'm here today to help you with some advice with Haven booking. I'm basically just giving this advice just for fun. It is useful information because I do see a lot of people on Facebook group websites saying what is the difference between a lot of things. So I'm going to try and help out the best I can, but people can let me know in the comments below. So when choosing a caravan you're confused, don't worry, I've got a link in the description below that can help you out between a silver up to a gold. I don't know anything about signatures or lodges, anything like that. I only know the ones that I've stayed in. There is a hideaway, a holiday that people get confused by, and this is the cheaper option because passes are not included. Passes are only used for activities, swimming and entertainment, but if you're not interested in any of them, the hideaway holiday is for you, because basically all you're doing is staying in the caravan, eating and then exploring outside the park. You can use the restaurant, food courts and arcade and shop. That is it. And the park that's on site. But you can't use the crazy golf, swimming, entertainment, activities. I cannot keep repeating myself with this because you have passes for that. Passes are just for swimming, activities and entertainment. That is why the Haven package is more. But don't worry, you can choose any caravan because it doesn't matter if it's a hideaway or a package holiday. It's your choice, it's your holiday, it's your style, so just choose. But when you do book a caravan, there is an option depending on time when you book to choose an area where you want to be in. This is an extra cost. It can cost anywhere from £25 up to £145 I have seen to choose a caravan in an area you are going to feel more comfy in. We have done this due to disability issues, so we like to be near the complex. Also, when we are at a new park, we do this option now because we want to be near the complex so we know what the area is like, and then if we go again we will book a optional caravan because we know what the site is like. But if you don't choose your option caravan, you can also sometimes be upgraded by Haven themselves. They have decided to choose you as a winning holiday maker, and they will put you in all of a sudden a gold instead of a bronze. It does vary. People have been allocated this and they're like, what? Oh my goodness gracious me, this is amazing. I know some people were meant to be in a bronze and they went into a emerald. They could not believe it. This emerald caravan was huge. So it is basically optional because you do, like I say, have to pay. But do not go on to the app of Haven to do this because when I did it, I didn't get it very well. I use the Haven website to choose my caravan. It was much more easier doing it this way to choose my caravan than doing the app, because not everyone gets it through the app. They only get it when you go onto your website page, look at your booking, and that's when you see it in extras that you can choose a caravan. Now when I booked the holiday again from October, when I was in October, when we booked it for March, I wasn't allowed to choose my caravan till the February time. So it does vary when you can choose your holiday home. This also means you need to keep checking your emails because sometimes Haven will let you know when you can choose your holiday home. There's also an option of holiday check-in times. Now you can do this, is optional, but for people who, like for us, when we go on holiday nearby, We choose this option because we don't really want to go into the caravan at 4 p.m. when we're only an hour away, so we choose like a 1 to 2 slot. So this means the cleaners have to get that caravan ready for us for that time. If we're saying if we're going to Wales, we don't mind what time we get to Wales because it is like a 4-hour journey from where we are, so it is fine. But these are all optional. You do not have to worry. If you are arriving to the park much earlier than you have been given the time or slot the day before, sometimes the week before you go, don't worry. You are allowed on that park 2 hours before your caravan is ready, and quite a lot of times the caravans can be ready before the allocated time slot, so it's just a hit and miss. If you are getting dropped off at the park and you're like, what can I do for 2 hours? Where can I put my luggage? The reception area can help you out with this. So you can then use the facilities on site. You do get permission to use the swimming pool, so have a bag out for swimming stuff. You can use the arcade, park, restaurant, shops. But if you're like suddenly, because you can get onto the park at 11 a.m. as well, if you're getting dropped off then and you cannot get into your caravan till 3 o'clock, you can then just leave your luggage on site with the reception and then go and look at the nearest town for stuff. So then you're going exploring. So don't worry, you can get to the park early, just 2 hours early before you go into your caravan. If you are arriving too late, because the reception closes around 6, the security guards will have your information in the hut and they will help you out that way. So don't worry, just as long as you're not on the park before 11 a.m. because basically everyone's leaving at before 10 and not a lot of caravans will be ready at that time unless you are going on, say if you got on the Saturday, that person left a Friday, the caravan can be already cleaned and ready for you, but it is a 50-50 chance. It's very rare this happens, but it's down to the company of the site, the area, I mean. So yeah, so it's always optional to just choose caravan and choose your time. You do not need to do this because sometimes like you can wait, but if you wait too long and you're like, I don't like the 3 to 4 time, you can then try and wingle your way with Haven and say, can you please try and make it between 2 and 3? There might be a bit of charge, but it just varies. I would also say please do the protection. So if you have to cancel your holiday, you have your full refund back. Because if you don't get the refund back, you only get half and everything. So please do the protections. Swimming, you only have 14 slots. So if you're a family of 6, you can go twice, and that is it, because they need to keep the capacity down. This is still due to COVID restrictions, but some swimming pools are allowing people in without booking a slot. We didn't book a slot at all. We was able to go in because it was quiet time, like off peak. So basically a lot of people just ask, can I come now? Because I am going out later on, and they will check how many people are booked in, and if there's only like 20 people in, they'll say, yeah, you can go in, because we still got plenty of slots. So you can always ask the swimming attendance area, how many slots of certain days, if you're on the park because you haven't had chance to book because you just don't know what you're going to do that day. I mean, we never know what we're going to do that day. We never know how Grace is going to be, or my mum is going to be. So we don't do the booking slots. We don't mind this, because if we don't go swimming, we don't go swimming. It was there for a chance. And this also includes activities as well. You have to book for activities, but we're talking about swimming right now. Swimming, you can only swim for an hour. People say an hour's not long enough, but I feel like an hour is. But you do need to get there at least 10 minutes early, so then you can be able to probably change yourself. I mean, a lot of people just go in the swimming costumes anyway, and then when the allocated time opens, you all go in, undress, put it in the locker and into the swimming pool. You are then told, people who have gone in at 10 o'clock, you need to get ready to get out to allow the next slot comes like 11 o'clock, but there is like 10, quarter past, half past, quarter to. There is like a full 15-minute slot section, so it's just, they're just in case, but they are slowly easing up on the slot booking with swimming. I'm getting confused now. You know what I mean? Outdoor, there's no booking, they said on the website. You don't have to book for outdoor, but you do need to book for the indoor. So all of a sudden, if you're really cold, you need to go in the indoor, but the indoor's got too many people in. This can cause issues because the lifeguards are having to watch extra people who've gone from the outdoor to the indoor. So I would still book because you never know what the outdoor swimming pool is like. Outdoor swimming pools tend to open at the end of May till the end of August, but depending on the caravan site, some do still open till mid-September, when sometimes it's still warm. Lockers are £1 and you get a bracelet lock, so you just keep that on you and just go swimming. So yes. Activities, this is where everyone gets confused. Activities do cost, so if you're not sure what to do, don't worry, because Haven app does help you out and everything, but you do need to book these 12 weeks in advance. So say I've got a holiday for October, I will need to start booking for 12 weeks before I go. I'll need to like book for the like rock climbing, the balancing for Grace, you name it, any activities you need to do. I would try and pay cash on the day if you are. No, I don't know if this is true. No, I'll forget about that. I don't know if you can pay cash for activities on the day if you suddenly like and want to do activity on the day. I'm not sure. But it does say activity 12 weeks from the start of holiday, book 12 weeks beforehand. You can cancel when there. Money took out can take 3 to 5 days, but sometimes it can be up to 14 working days. So it does vary. Height, it does vary with children, because children have to be over 6 to do rock climbing, but they could be 6 years old, but they could be too small. So they do tend to try and say what is the best height. You can also contact the park and say, what height does my child need to be for these activities before I book them, so that way it's good. Also, do not let your children wear flip-flops or sandals, Crocs. They need to be in a full trainer. This way it's more safer for the child and the activity crew, so they don't have to worry about children slipping out of flip-flops or anything when they're doing high ropes, jumps, football, or anything else. So do always wear trainers when doing activities. This is for your own health and safety. You can, if you have a child that's 2 years old, and an activity is for 3 years old, don't worry, you can sometimes do this. The ones for Grace, we was able to do this because Grace was in a good age category, and she would have been able to do another one because they said because of her height, because Grace is actually quite tall now, she'd be fine even though it's for 3 years old. She would have been absolutely fine, but we didn't actually do it. We actually went out for the day. There is only a small limited capacity again because they're only allowed like 10 children to do a certain thing with certain activities. So like rock climbing can only probably be less than 10 children because there's only probably 1 or 2 people helping out on that, whilst when we did the balancing board there was only 1 person doing that. So it does vary. I really would like to do the archery one for myself, so I would actually book that for myself and see. Wi-Fi is only in the complex unless you are staying in a private hired caravan, which is an owner's caravan. They are the only company on site, as well as Haven, that have a Wi-Fi. You will have to use either a hotspot or just try using the complex one. Also with this, the Wi-Fi cannot always connect. It can be shoddy, as well as the phone signal to make phone calls, receive texts. Because you've got a lot of static caravans all bundled in one place, it is like no signal central, unless you go up on the hill when you're at Blue Dolphin to get a good signal. And that's the only time I got a good signal to take a phone call at one point. You can also book 7 days beforehand arrival, but you have to book at 1 p.m. I forgot to mention that. Also, people have said, hang on a minute, I want to do archery, football and everything. I've got it all planned out. And you try and do archery and it keeps saying, sorry, not available and sort of thing. This would mean that they are at full capacity on this day, because archery is only on a certain day, football's on another day, go-karting is on this day, etc, etc. So sometimes they don't always do a full activity together. Each day can be different at certain parks. When I was at Blue Dolphin, there was at least 7 activities happening at one point, so this was easier for people to do, so that was good. Hiring things is always been an issue with people, but don't worry, if you are gonna go there on the day and you realize, sugar, I forgot the hairdryer, the hairdryer is not included, you should just pay cash for hiring a hairdryer as well as an iron. Wheelchairs do not always get hired out because not all parks have them, the same as pushchairs. I don't think there's any pushchairs ever at Haven. Again, if you're doing a hiring, you can hire already online. You need to do a down payment and you will get that back, but people have said it's been months till they get that back. So a lot of people did say that they rather hire on the day with cash and they get the cash back, because you can take your product back to the reception to get the refund much easier, whilst other people say, like with the carry cots, they just leave them in the caravan and the cleaners then take them. But please remember, the cleaners will have to walk from one side to another to the reception, so if you can try and get to the reception, it'd be easier that way, and then just ask for the refund there. And then again, Haven sites are all different, so it's up to you. Restaurants, we didn't have to book for a restaurant, but you can if you want, because off-peak it was more quieter, so we didn't have to book for anything. We didn't even have to book to see the Seaside Squad for breakfast. We were just allowed in, and that way it was much more easier. I actually asked when we were at Regent Sands, do we need to book a table, but we're not eating. They said no, that's absolutely fine, you can see the Seaside Squad without eating. There's no booking in entertainment area. You can go and see every entertainment you want to in the daytime, but there is an entertainment time for making. So this is the one that you would have seen with Jazz and Annie. We were making a space mobile. That one you had to pay for that entertainment for the daytime, but other daytime shows where it's no activity, you do not have to. Build the bear with Jazz, that is fun. I really want to do that one next time with Grace, so Jazz is with you on that day. When we went to colouring with George, we didn't have to pay because it wasn't an actual colour with George. You were just colouring a picture. George was on and off the stage. He did not sit down with us and colour, which I actually thought he would, but no, this is not the case. Booking arts and crafts, Build-A-Bear paint and planet making and anything else, that is also again extra. So you do need to probably book them online as well with your app. But if you are like me and you only like, I'm a planner and we're like, oh, I can't do Build-A-Bear that day because I've already got swimming booked and I'm going out afterwards, you can buy a Build-A-Bear on that day, go to the swimming area where we had to pay for the activity, and you can do it in the caravan, which is much easier. Then you're not surrounded by other children trying to shove everything in one go, because it's only like a half an hour section and it's only on certain days. Just trying to see if there's anything else. I don't believe there is. If I have missed anything, please let me know in the comments below. I will try and help you out that way, and thank you to anyone who will help me out in the comments if I did miss anything out. Oh yes, I do remember, food can be delivered to your caravan if you are going to the supermarket. They have a map of their own and they can come up to the caravan, but some caravan sites do not allow the companies to come in, so you will have to meet them at the reception gate. But always ask the reception beforehand, bring them up and say, I want to have a food delivery, can I get it delivered to my caravan? This also goes for all outside takeaways. You'll need to meet them at the gate, but I would book a pizza early because sometimes people have said they have waited 2 hours waiting for this phone call because the site is like quite a distance and not everyone always comes out. You can also go out off site, bring a pizza in. You don't have to eat everything on that site. You can go off site and bring something off site in the park. So yes, so hope you are all okay. Again, thank you for watching my videos. Please subscribe, comment and like. I'm not getting my likes working, so, and it really does get my self-esteem quite down, so please it'd be it'd be grateful if you can do this for me. So everyone, please take care and I will see you in another video shortly. Bye.